12 months into your role.
Yes.
How's it gone?
It's gone brilliantly. You know, I was really impressed last year in Blackpool by, you know, what I saw. And somehow, you know, Young Farmers just keeps going from strength to strength. And I mean, this year it's just been, it's brilliant, you know. I mean, it's very different, actually, the whole Blackpool experience to the whole Torquay experience. Well, just different venues, there's a different feel to the place, you know, as far as this kind of convention is concerned. But, yeah, I mean, you know, all you ever want is for Young Farmers to keep going from strength to strength, and that is how it feels. I mean, there's a great buzz about it. You know, it doesn't feel at all as if, you know, there's any kind of concerns there from, you know, from the Federation's point of view, and I think, great, onwards and upwards.
So how involved are you in terms of,
is
this your main event because of your responsibilities with elsewhere?
Yeah, basically what I've been doing is I've been keeping to kind of national meetings and what have you, because it's just so difficult for me to kind of show favouritism to one side and what have you. Basically my working schedule is that I do the one show Monday to Thursday, and then Thursday night I get in a car and I travel off to do Countryfile on a Friday, and I'm filming Saturday, and then I'm coming back as well, and then I've got my family to squeeze in.
Where are you based?
In Hertfordshire. In Hertfordshire now, so it's very difficult. So I get very, very little time to spend on anything else at all. But you know, if I can kind of be a voice, if I can kind of, I don't know, with the work that I'm doing on Countryfile, if I can kind of inspire young people to get involved in our countryside, then you know that is really what I'm here to do, and that to me is what it's about. And here at Young Farmers, I mean, it's just incredible, the whole just to experience the diversity of the talents that these young people have and what they can bring to the industry is quite remarkable. I mean, you know, this morning we were off in the ERAC conference and rural affairs and this, that and the other, and then suddenly, within 10 minutes, people have got changed and they're doing a skipping competition next door. And, you know, getting the crowds going and just showing enormous initiative in all walks of life, really. And even if it's got the backdrop of you know, farming and what have you, then that's kind of enough. It's all about the energy that young people can bring and push this industry forward.
And have they appeared on the One Show or Countryfile in their capacity as young farmers? Have you mentioned that?
There isn't a week goes by when we don't come in contact with the young farmer on Countryfile. You know, when we're looking for people who have, you know, passion, you know, are inspiring, who are confident, and, you know, 9 times out of 10, that person has had a connection with in their past or is a young farmer. So, you know, that's it really. And it's interesting seeing, you know, the whole kind of Your Valley thing that was put up this morning, and kind of, oh, we need to put, you know, slant, and all these kind of statistics and what have you were put up and said, oh, you know, we've got this many hits on, you know, YouTube. And
it's
this,
incredible.
It is, it's, you know, it's 1.5 million. And then you go, well, listen, because what happens is, you know, yes, you can brand farming as whatever and put, you know, kind of put vests on and flat caps and this, that and the other and get people in to put a kind of a sexier slant on farming, or what you can do is show it in its entirety as it is on Countryfile and get 9 million viewers every week. And that's what we do.
But how true do you think maybe the grassroots farming audience would say Countryfile? How well do you think Countryfile portrays the grassroots farmer?
The Countryfile now is aimed at the consumer. Countryfile is aimed at who we all produce for as farmers, and that's what advertising is it not? You know, if you look at, you know, the Your Valley was used as an example this morning. It's all aimed at the consumer. That is not aimed at farmers. And so the idea is, if you can, you know, big up your product and say, look, this is what Britain is. This is grassroots Britain. This is exactly what's happening right now at this time of year here. Then that is the best advert you can get, and if you're putting it in front of 9 million people a week, what more can you ask for? And so, you know, interestingly, yes, Countryfile used to be a lot more aimed at farmers, but when you look at how many farmers you've got in Britain, and now obviously, and they're getting less and less and less as farms become bigger, and smaller farms aren't being supported in the way that maybe they should be. But as there becomes less and less farmers and more consumers, do you then switch your attention to say to all those consumers, look how great British farming is, and please come out and support it? Because I think as a programme, you know, we're doing a great amount for British agriculture.
On the subject of that, I believe that the Countryfile producers have been in touch following a themed issue that we did a couple of weeks ago on getting started, looking at how new entrants get their foot on the ladder, and we did
Yeah.
some research which shows that over 1,000 county council farms have been sold off in the last, is it 10 years? So it's obviously
Yeah.
generated some interest there.
That's right,
What
yeah.
I'm interested in terms of how Countryfile might move that forward is, what do you think?
It is in production at the moment. I know that is in production at the moment, yeah.
Ah, right,
Yeah, I was only
okay.
just talking to a director the other day. I mean, I haven't got the ins and outs of it, but I know that that's been, you know, it's certainly been looked into at the moment.
And
so, I mean, within the coming weeks, that will
brilliant.
no doubt be
And
an
if that's,
investigation.
I mean, obviously it's a shocking stat that we've got. What do you think needs to be done to encourage new entrants? We know the usual arguments.
It's a it's a very difficult one, and you know, I've got to be careful what I say with regards to my, you know, obviously where I'm coming from, but
when you don't have the security of a family farm being passed through, how do you get your foot on the ladder?
well, unless you're getting money to support you, you can't do it, can you?
So what can we, as an industry and beyond the industry, do to help support new people coming through?
I mean, what I would like to see is, you know, it's what is quite difficult is the supermarkets' ownership, really, and how that's becoming too much of an ownership in my eyes on, you know, on British farmers, and that, you know, I think there's quite a lot of bullying that goes on involved from their point of view, and I would like to see talks going on to see how some of their enormous profits can be put back to some of the farmers that maybe don't have such bigger profits. And I'd like to see what areas could be discussed there, really, and just to see how. Yeah, that's.
Well, there was talk about an adjudicator, wasn't there? Well, where
there's,
are we up
there's an
to with that?
ombudsman. Yeah, that's. I mean, Jim was talking this morning on that, so we'll have to wait and see. I suppose. Yeah.
You mentioned as well just about you being asked to do quite a lot of presenting for the Olympics. So what will
I am doing, yeah.
What will that entail?
Well, I'm doing in the studio. I'm doing the 11 till 2 o'clock. I'm doing the 11 till 2 o'clock slot daily, and then after that, I then go across to the O2 arena and do the gymnastics there as well after that.
So this is on top of Countryfile and the One Show.
That's correct. Well, the One Show is actually going to stop for the period of the Olympics.
Oh, right, okay.
But I'll still be getting out and about doing some stuff there. So.
Brilliant. And what other projects have you got coming up that you can tell us about?
I don't. I mean,
Sorry to
I
miss you,
haven't really
can we
got
start to wrap this
any
up?
time at all left to do anything else. No, I mean, I don't have any plans to do anything else other than what I'm doing at the moment. I think it's kind of enough, really, to be doing two programmes.
Absolutely.